So you can see here that we have T. Rachel Green, and she's not been started. So we're going to go ahead and click Not Started here in that status column. And it's going to bring up that initiation page for those 6 main questions. So you can see her DODD number, her name, what provider, and then the status of that questionnaire. So we're going to say yes to all 6 main questions. And then we're going to scroll down and we're going to save, and then we're going to exit. So then we're going to go back. So now you can see we have 1 in progress. So T. Rachel. So we started that questionnaire for her and we saved and exited. If we click on in progress, it's going to take us back to that initiation page here. And you can see that those 6 questions are still there as yeses. So now we're going to go ahead and save and continue. So it's going to give us those sub-questions for that first question. Is the individual in a competitive job? You will not be able to change the main question on the sub-question page. If you ever need to change it, you'll just click on the bubble up here, or you can do back. But clicking on any of these bubbles will take you to that section, or you can click the back button here. But we're going to keep everything as yeses, so you can see all those questions in the main questions. So is the individual in a competitive job? Yes. We're going to put what that job is. We're going to put the average wages per week, and I'm just making things up. We're going to put the average hours per week. We're going to select how that person typically gets to the job, and this is, you have the ability to select multiple jobs at a time. If you select other, it's going to give you that text box and you're going to have to type something in. So we're going to take the yellow submarine. Then it asks if the person is eligible for fringe benefits. This is a change from EFOTS. So we want to know if the person is eligible for them. Yes, they are. And then it's really important for us to know whether or not they are receiving benefits or not. So if they are, then you're going to see the selections populated. If you say no, you're not going to have that ability. So we want to know if they're eligible and if they are receiving those benefits. So then you're going to select all that apply. And then we want to know what occupation. So the occupations have changed from the previous system. All of these occupation selections now correspond with OODs, Opportunities for Ohioans with Disabilities. And they got all these categories from the Department of Labor, so we want to make sure that we are matching what OOD has so we can align our data comparisons accurately. So then you're going to just select whatever category fits best, and then you can see we have entered all that information for McDonald's. If that person works in more than one individual competitive job, you're going to click this plus add individual competitive job, and it's going to add the ability to enter more information. So we have all those same text boxes again. So we're going to add in that information. So Rachel also works at DODD. We're going to enter the wages and the hours. And again, we're going to select how the person typically gets there, if they're eligible for fringe benefits, and if they're receiving. So Rachel's receiving all the benefits from McDonald's, so she's not receiving them from DODD. And we're going to say she's doing business and financial operations. So you can add as many individual competitive jobs as you need to. It doesn't have a limit, and we know that we have a lot of individuals that work in multiple jobs within our system, and we want to be able to capture that. If you make a mistake within this, you can click the delete here, and it will delete it once you say yes to the confirmation. So then it will show that you only have McDonald's and DODD there, and you don't have to enter that third job. Once you enter everything in, you can select Save and Continue. Again, you can click Save and Exit and enter the rest later, or you can save and click the bubbles up top. So you have multiple ways to move to the next section. So this is Group Integrated Job. So you're going to select which type of group integrated job. If it's an enclave, if it's a mobile work crew, if it's provider-owned business. And then you're going to say the name of the employer, Stacy's Bakery. You're going to indicate yes or no if the employer is a Medicaid provider. Again, you're going to put the average wages and hours, and if the person is eligible for fringe benefits or not. You can, again, add as many group integrated jobs as needed. So we're going to do an enclave here. So we're going to click Add Group Integrated Job, and we're going to select enclave and the type of group integrated job. We're going to say enclave number 1. They are a Medicaid provider. We're going to put wages and hours. Not eligible for fringe benefits. We're going to add another one. We're going to add in the mobile work crew. Click Add Group Integrated Job. We're going to select the type of group integrated job as mobile work crew. We're going to put Chris's Lawn Care. They are a Medicaid provider. You're going to add the wages and hours in. Eligible for fringe benefits or not. Again, you can continue adding group integrated jobs as needed, but we're going to go ahead and save and continue. Now it's going to take us to the third main question, which is the individual and facility-based work. Yes. So we're going to say facility number 1, how much they're making per week, and how many hours per week. You can add more than one facility-based work. Facility 2. You're going to add the wages and hours. You can continue adding. You can delete if needed, and then you can either save and exit or save and continue. We're going to go ahead and save and continue. Next is the individual in self-employment. For self-employment, we're only wanting to know the wages per week and the hours per week. So you can put that in there. And then we want to know the occupation, so sales related. Again, you can add more than one self-employment. We're not going to do that now. We're just going to go ahead and save and continue. Then we come up to, are you providing the individual facility-based non-work services? This is where we only want to know how many hours per week they are providing these services. Save and continue. Are you providing the individual community-based non-work services? We want to know, again, just how many hours. And then we're going to save and continue. So we've answered all 6 questions and all the sub-questions, and it brings you to the summary page where you can see all the information that we entered into the system. This is where you're going to want to make sure that everything is accurate, and if it's not, there is this little paper here with a pencil where you can click on that and it will take you automatically to that page where, oops, I put a 0 when it really only should be a 1, and then you can save and continue, and it takes you back to that summary page if you are on that last bubble. So that's really nice. Again, you can either do this paper and pencil here, or you can scroll up and click any of those bubbles to get to whatever area you need to go to. We're going to go ahead and delete the average hours per week because I want to show you what it does if you don't answer all of that information. So I saved it. We're going to go back to that summary page. You're going to be very diligent on making sure all the information is accurate. But I want to show you what happens if you accidentally forget something and you click submit. It's going to give you an error, and it's going to tell you what you're missing. So this form cannot be submitted. Please complete the following questions and submit. You can see that we are missing the average hours per week for self-employment. So we're going to go back up to that self-employment. We're going to go ahead and add in the hours per week. We're going to save. And then we're going to click that summary page. Everything's going to be correct on that summary page because we looked through it thoroughly and changed anything that we needed. And then we're going to go ahead and click submit. So then once you click submit, it's going to take you back to your dashboard. So we're back on Hamilton County Board's dashboard. We're going to click submit. Scroll down. Now we can see that Rachel is completed. So we talked a little bit about the master record, which is this here. So if we click view, it's going to show me the master record for Rachel. So you can see all of her demographics here. We're in the reporting period, the current reporting period here. And if you scroll down, you're going to see all the information that was entered for that person. So you can see that provider, Hamilton County Board, entered information that they are providing supports for Rachel at McDonald's and DODD. And you can go through all the way through and see each job that has been entered and submitted. If you're going through and you have an upcoming ISP meeting or an IP meeting for somebody, it's going to be very helpful for you to go ahead and click on view, print out that master record, and then you're going to be able to see all of that information for all of those jobs that have been submitted for each provider. So then you're going to have that comprehensive look of what's happening for that person during the day. So it will be very valuable for those ISP meetings and IP meetings. Just a note though, if you are clicking on View Master Record on October 10th, you're not going to probably see the whole picture because it's only going to show you those questionnaires that have been submitted for that individual. So for example, Rachel received services from Hamilton County Board, Active Day, Goodwill, Chris's Lawn Care, and Stacy's Bakery. So Rachel has 5 different providers. Well, if I click on View Master Record on October 5th, you're probably only going to see one of those providers' entries in there, or hopefully more than that, but it's going to be very early in that reporting period where people haven't entered it in. So I would wait till closer to the end of the reporting period or even after the reporting period to be able to view that, because you're only going to be able to see what has been submitted for that person. But once all 5 of those providers have entered their questionnaire for Rachel, you'll be able to see all of those questionnaires for Rachel for each of those providers.